What if the place your whole life has warned you to avoid is the only place that can save everything you love? Today I'm talking about The Hazel Wood by Melissa Albert. And this one surprised me in the best way because it's not your typical fantasy. It leans hard into dark, unsettling fairy tale vibes. Question of the day: do you prefer fairy tales that feel magical and hopeful, or the ones that are twisted, creepy, and a little disturbing? So, at the center of this story is Alice, a girl who spent her entire life on the road with her mother, constantly running from this strange, unexplainable bad luck. When her grandmother dies, the one who wrote these infamous dark fairy tales tied to a place called the Hazel Wood, everything spirals. Her mother is taken by something connected to that world, and suddenly the place she's always been told to stay away from becomes the only lead she has. What really worked for me here is the atmosphere. This book is creepy, dark, and honestly feels more like something out of Stephen King than a traditional YA fantasy. The writing is very descriptive, and it pulls you into this eerie, almost suffocating world where nothing feels safe. The tension keeps building as Alice gets closer to the truth, and that constant sense of danger really kept me hooked. I also really like the pacing. The story flows well, and it doesn't drag. There's always this feeling that something is about to go wrong, and most of the time, it does. And I have to talk about Ellery Finch because he was easily my favorite character. At first, he comes across as this nerdy, slightly odd superfan of the hinterland, but he turns out to be genuinely loyal and supportive. The way he stands by Alice and helps her navigate everything made him feel real and likable. And honestly, he added a lot of heart to an otherwise very dark story. Now, in terms of what might not work for everyone, this book can feel a bit confusing at times. The world building is layered with secrets, and not everything is explained right away. If you prefer very clear, straightforward fantasy, this might frustrate you a little. Also, the tone is consistently dark, so if you're looking for something light or uplifting, this probably isn't it. But if you enjoy stories with a strong creep factor, twisted fairy tales, and a mystery that slowly unravels in unexpected ways, this is definitely worth picking up. What really stood out to me personally is how much I enjoy darker fantasy when it's done right. I usually lean toward character-driven stories, and this one delivers that through Alice's journey and the secrets tied to her family. It's the kind of book that keeps you on edge while still making you care about what happens next. The twists also caught me off guard. The secrets behind Alice's family, especially her mother and grandmother, go deeper than I expected, and that reveal added a whole new layer to the story. Overall, I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. It's creepy, engaging, and a really interesting take on fairy tales gone wrong. It's the kind of book I'd recommend not just around Halloween, but honestly any time of the year, if you're in the mood for something dark and immersive. I'm definitely curious to see what's next for Alice, Ellery, and the world of the Hazel Wood, because there's a lot more here that could be explored. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Hello Book Lovers. And don't forget to answer the question of the day in the comments.